IMPD is investigating another police shooting, the second one in just the last week. And this latest incident unfolded over on Indy's west side after IMPD says a man carrying a gun and machete shot a woman. Tonight, our Logan Gay spoke with a witness about what he saw.
A witness says a woman was shot inside this house behind me, and the witness told me he was inside the house when it happened and that the suspect started shooting out of nowhere. Michael Cantwell has lived in this house on the corner of Bertha Street for 3 months. He's a caretaker for the man who owns the home. He and his girlfriend rent a space from him. He says the woman who was shot by the suspect is one of his roommates. He says it was a normal day until an acquaintance of that female roommate stopped by.
He sat in our house for about 3 to 4 hours before this even happened.
Cantwell says he didn't know the suspect, but other people in the house did. He says he was in the living room when the suspect randomly started shooting in the kitchen.
There was no arguments, no nothing. It was just, normal day. And all of a sudden he just started shooting bullets up in the house. My thought was running for cover. And the shooter ran out the back door.
Police say the shooting didn't stop there. Telling 13 News, the suspect continued firing shots outside, including at a neighbor's house. When officers spotted the suspect, they say he fired shots at them too. Police say they chased after him, finding him on the side of a home, not only with a gun in one hand, but a machete in the other, and ordered him to get on the ground.
As officers continued to give commands, the suspect ran at them with the machete still raised over his head and a firearm in his other hand. At this point, an officer-involved shooting occurred.
But it wasn't over. Officers say once the suspect was on the ground, he continued to reach towards one of the weapons, and that's when an officer shot him again. The suspect was taken to the hospital where they pronounced him deceased.
I don't believe the officers had every right in the world to shoot him because he was over there just shooting at random.
Detectives are still investigating the relationship between the suspect and the victim. But Police Chief Chris Bailey says he can't help but to point out that once again, another community is impacted by senseless violence.
We have to find other ways to deal with our conflicts other than with the use of a handgun or any kind of weapon.
The female victim was taken to the hospital and is stable. Cantwell says the woman is a single mother, and he's happy that she's still alive and no one else was hurt. But he's walking away with some lessons.
I'm very, very conscientious about who I want to let into a place where I'm living at, and makes me very protective of my loved ones.
The officers involved in the shooting have been placed on administrative leave per the department policy. In Indianapolis, Logan Gay, 13 News.